Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today with another lesson in academic writing which is comma splices rules or comma splice rules. طبعا نتعلموا هنا rules ديال comma splice باش ما يبقاش عندك شي مشكل تاني في writing ديالك and you will improve it and you will make sure that everything you write is grammatically correct 100% وما تحتاج شي واحد يصح لك بتولي قادر انك تصح الكتابة ديالك راسك without the need of any teacher or somebody else. نبدأ على بركة الله. Okay, a comma splice happens when two independent clauses or complete sentences are joined wrongly by a comma. فاش تنجمعوا واحد two independent clauses together بشكل خاطئ باستعمال فاصلة. Then we have a comma splice. Okay, example of comma splice. هذا هي الفورم. When we have a main clause plus comma plus another main clause equals comma splice. Okay, example, the police officer was not angry, comma, he was smiling. This is a comma splice. هذه خطأ. Many income tax forms provide a space for indicating contributions to the wildfire fund, comma, this generates revenue for preserving our natural resources. comma اللي جات هنا between two independent clauses تعتبر خطأ أو سميتها comma splice. The bad weather forced us to change our plans for the picnic, comma هذا راه independent clause. Another independent clause, we decided to stay home instead. This is another independent clause and join it together with a comma تتسمى خطأ. Comma splices are like run-on sentences اللي شفنا من قبل. You can correct them in several ways. طريقة تصحيح ديالهم بزاف تاع الطرق. Number one هي you have to separate the clauses with a period. Period هي نقطة. Example هذا main clause full stop another main clause. The police officer was not angry. Period أو full stop he was smiling. والجملة عندك دابا صحيحة. Or number two, you can join the independent clauses with a semicolon كي شفنا من قبل. Semicolon هذا independent clause semicolon another independent clause وتعطيني a complete sentences which is grammatically correct. The police officer was not angry. He was smiling. وعندي semicolon here. Or we can also join the independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction and a comma. coordinating conjunctions هما دوك fan boys. يعني بيكون عندي independent clause هنايا بتكون عندي comma وبيكون عندي coordinating conjunction and another independent clause. بعض المرات باش نوضح واحد المسألة هي إلا كانت الجملة short if the sentence is short usually you don't have to write the comma يعني ما محتاج دير هذا الكاما لا تنهضر عليه generally speaking but it's better to follow the rule strictly and to write it. The police officer was not angry, comma, and he was smiling. صحيح. Okay. The word and in تذكير فقط and indicates an addition يعني على حسب المعنى ديال الجملة عاد بيت نستعمل in a coordinating conjunction ماشي نستعمل أي وحدة فيهم وغيكون عندي صحيح. I have to pay attention to the meaning of the sentence. The word and indicates an addition, but indicates a contrast, yet indicates a concession, so indicates an effect or result, for indicates a cause or a reason. The word or indicates an alternative or choice. The word nor indicates a negative alternative or a negative بديل, another alternative which is negative in its nature. Okay, the last one or the fifth way to combine them or to avoid this comma splice is to connect the sentences with a semicolon and a conjunctive adverb followed by a comma. Conjunctive adverbs راهما آخر درس شفنا. The police officer was not angry ما كانش غضبان semicolon instead يعني بدل ذلك comma he was smiling. The police officer wasn't angry semicolon instead he was smiling. Instead هي conjunctive adverb. Remember a conjunctive adverb like a coordinating conjunction joins two independent clauses. However, it expresses the relationship between the two clauses more strongly. هادشي اللي تنستعملوه because because a conjunctive adverb expresses the relationship between the two clauses more strongly and makes the transition كي كنت قلت من قبل from one idea to another smoothly or more smoothly. Example of conjunctive adverbs, yeah, independent clause, conjunctive adverb, comma, and another independent clause. Therefore, semicolon, therefore, comma, semicolon, consequently, comma, semicolon, instead, comma, and I finished the another independent clause. Okay? Another way, which is to use a subordinator to make one independent clause dependent on another. يعني نستعمل واحد subordinator باش نخلي ال first clause نديرو dependent يعتمد على الآخر أو العكس. Because the police officer was not angry وكنا شفنا من قبل تندير الكاما. Because the police officer was not angry, comma, he was smiling. وتيكون عندي أن حليت المشكل تاع كاما سبلايس والجملة عندي grammatically speaking 100% right صحيح أو correct. Yes, examples like although, since, because, always. As you already know, you have to put the comma before the dependent clause. Okay, after the dependent clause. Comma splice. Selma has many friends at school. She can depend on none of them. دابا نشوفوا هاد example آخر مع هاد sentence. Separate the clauses with a period. يلا دابا باستعمال البيريود اش درنا لها؟ درنا Selma has many friends at school. Full stop أو لها هي period. She can depend on none of them. وهي عندي two independent clauses correct. Join the independent clauses with a semicolon. Selma has many friends at school. Semicolon. She can depend on none of them. والجملة تاني correct. Number 3. Join the independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction and a comma. Salma has many friends at school, comma, yet she can depend on none of them. يعني بالرغم أن عندها many friends she ما تقدر تعتمد على حتى واحد فيهم. Number 4. Connect the sentences with a semicolon and a conjunctive adverb followed by a comma. كي شفنا من قبل. Salma has many friends at school, semicolon. However, she can depend on none of them. Number 5. Use a subordinator to make one independent clause dependent on another. بحال هنا استعملت although. Although Selma has many friends at school, بالرغم أن سلمى عندها بزاف أصدقاء في المدرسة, she can depend on none of them. ما تقدر تعتمد على حتى شي واحد فيهم. Now we will move to some exercises just to deepen your understanding. Please خذ ورقة وستيلو try to do the exercises with me. بحال هكا باش تا خطأتي غتستافد من الخطأ ديالك. Correct the comma splice as in the example. أنا أعطيك واحد المثال هنايا قبل ما نعطيك 4 الجمل الآخرين. كاين هذا المثال الأولاني أنا غنجاوب عليه just to guide you باش نوريك كيفاش غدير. Every man here is invited, comma, they are all my colleagues, all of them. اوكي يعني هاي الكاما عندي هنايا وهذا الكاما سبلايس. خطأ علاش؟ هذا independent clause وهذا another independent clause. ها هو السبجكت ها هو الفيرب. ها هو السبجكت every man ها هو الفيرب is invited. Two main clauses. بنردوها ل two main clauses. Every man here is invited. Period. نقطة. Capital letter. They are all my colleagues. Semicolon. Every man here is invited. Semicolon. They are all my colleagues. علاش semicolon صحيحة 100%. Two independent clauses. Two ideas that go together. Subordinating conjunction. Every man here is invited. Subordinating conjunction اللي هو because they are all my colleagues. Every man is invited because they are all my colleagues. Conjunctive adverb. Every man here is invited. كل رجل معروض. Semicolon. Therefore, comma, they are all my colleagues. يعني نتيجة لهذا أو as a result راه باين اللي كل واحد معروض هنا يعني راه كاملين are my colleagues. Coordinating conjunction. Every man here is invited, comma, and they are all my colleagues. يعني and هددنا to add another information concerning every man here is invited. Every man here is invited and they are all my colleagues. Okay, sentence number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 هادو تمارين. نسيمة went to the supermarket. She bought some chocolate. يعني انت بتاخد هاد الجملة وبتدير بحال هاد الشكل، بيتي تتبع معايا وبيتي دير two main clauses، يعني ديك السنتنس as two main clauses وتستعمل البيريود فيها، وبتجي عاوتاني بتدير semicolon وديرها في هذيك الجملة، وبتدوز عاوتاني subordinating conjunction، تختار شي subordinating conjunction اللي تمشي مع السنتنس، وبتدوز after that to a conjunctive adverb، ومن بعد بتدوز coordinating conjunction. انا جاوبت عليه. دير المحاولة ديالك then see my correction. Number 3. Computer programs help us live easy lives. Obviously the people who program them should make lots of money. عندي semicolon اللي هي comma splice. عندي واحد الكاما هنا اللي هي comma splice خطأ. Number 4. Morocco has built magnificent offices. They are considered a great location to conduct international business. يعني تاني خطأ هنايا comma splice. On Sunday Marrakesh looked empty. The only thing I felt was the sun, or was the hot sun. I will stop here, and the correction I will put it in another video.